Hey everybody, Raz here. I'm just going to go ahead today and break down exactly what to expect from the Worldwide Download Celebration in terms of EZAs. Just because then now that we've gotten closer and we've gotten the hints now from the Dokkan Twitter of this green light, this yellow uh, thing in the air moving down as it transcends to like the bottom as it continues on, we're likely going to be seeing, I assume in this case, what the community is saying is basically either DB Saga or, in this case, a Broly, well, not this guy, a Broly celebration for the themes for this worldwide download celebration. Let me go ahead and just easily break down exactly what to expect from the EZAs and what exactly to expect from the characters themselves. So, first thing I gotta point out when it comes to the topic of Broly versus OG Dragon Ball versus movie theme, it's very likely movie theme. And the reason why I only say this is because, unfortunately, DB Saga is one of the least amount of premium characters for a single like category in this game. I was thinking of like who could possibly EZA during the time of this celebration in order to like give character a lot of stones and everything, and I don't see the concept is very big for the celebration because if it's uh, DKP, he is a he's a world tournament character. He's not gonna EZA because in order to do that we would have to get another then world tournament for the worldwide download celebration. So I don't think it's possible that they're gonna do this when they're already doing a worldwide world tournament right now, currently at the moment. And also, by the way, I already know that this video is coming out like an hour before the next hint, which is automatically going to tell us it's either going to be Broly or GKP. But my biggest thing is the fact that none of these characters are on possible options that could give us for the easy A's because none of them are really on teams that could help. I mean, Resurrect Warriors, Namekian, Full Power, Dragon Ball Seekers. Is there going to be a bunch of characters? Are they going to make Dragon Ball Seekers a possibly like good event? Possibly, or could Piccolo technically be like the sworn enemies leader? If this becomes less about DB Saga and more of a sworn enemies lead, this gives us the chance to EZA this guy. And if this guy EZAs, then like this falls in line with what the universe like essentially what the timeline is basically right now. Like every worldwide down celebration, we could have a possible the world what was it the last 3 years ago WWDC character as well that EZAs. So if this could be sworn enemies, and then what does Kid Goku have under his leader? He has DB Saga and Youth, and he has a million categories. Could he? I guess in this case, a Carnival Kid Goku. I guess he would actually get the Namek Saga characters out. Yeah, he could possibly. This guy could easy A. Huh. Now that I'm taking a closer look at this, if this was DB Saga right now, which we'll know in an hour, we're gonna have a lot of choices when it comes to free to play and free to play EZAs and Extreme Z areas. But we can also have a bunch of like worldwide download celebration characters who are also easing in this time because we would essentially get the worldwide download celebration of 2020 or not 2020 2021 to easy at the exact same time. So this would actually be, I was initially sour on the idea of Dragon Ball Saga, but like a Dragon Ball Saga themed, in this case, worldwide download celebration, if they bring the right leader skills for both this DKP and like Kid Goku, you could run like a lot of characters. Now I think about it, huh? Now I'm actually kind of excited for the idea of a DKP, but I don't think it's going to be the case. I think right now at the moment with how certain EZAs are at the current moment, I think it's possible it's just going to be Broly. And the reason why I say that is because possibly of the movie heroes theme and celebration. So I was just going through like thinking of like what could EZA during the events of like a part 1 and part 2. And of course, if you think about part 1 and part 2, you also have to think about what free to play EZAs they usually give during the Worldwide Download Celebration and what sub EZAs. And I'm just gonna be honest here. There's essentially a lot of setup when it comes down to like Broly's theme for the Worldwide Download Celebration, because we have this Videl who hasn't EZA'd at all yet. We don't have this EZA, and we also have the TURs for these two characters who haven't gotten their EZA yet either. They released during 2023. They released during the time when was it? This Trunks right here. This trunk is the start of when in April 9, 2024. Well, this is the global version. This is when all the ECA areas were consolidated for one place for movie heroes. I think this could be a possible hint that it's very likely going to be Broly, and that these characters are very likely going to EZA at this time because of that. Because then these two would be able to link up with each other. They have a good enough kit as is where they stack attack, they're able to dodge well. Well, yeah, this one's able to have 30% dodge, which would automatically EZA. I think there's a lot of setup when it comes down to the free to play side and also for the sub EZA side in this case. So that way these characters can have a lot more options in this regard. Sorry about that, got clear my throat. Alongside that, I think that there's also a ton of options for movie bosses. So, and this the best way to pull it up would be actually for AGL Tapion. My bad. Words today, very much a struggle. Also, can we revisit this concept, like having a movie hero go into a movie bosses? This is a fire concept, man. Like, why can't they do this more? But besides that, so movie bosses. I think it's very likely that the first part's going to be obviously movie A with Goku versus Broly, and then possibly movie two, and then the second part's going to be either movie two, the second coming of Broly, and then uh, and then possibly or either Brio Broly. That's what my thinking is. It's going to be like a double Broly celebration where they're going to be releasing characters who tie back into it. I'm hoping to think that they probably do a thing where they release like three different Brolys who are good. Because like imagine the idea that you have essentially you would start off with not legendary Super Saiyan Broly. I think you could start off with actually regular Super Saiyan Broly, like regular like base form Broly, who then like goes through the transformation of going into legendary Super Saiyan. So we get that transformation sequence inside of Dokkan, because then that would happen because we know that this guy would get his Super EZA. We know this guy would EZA in the part two. This guy would EZA in the part one, and then the person who would EZA in part two could either be this Super Saiyan Trunks and Super Saiyan Goten, or I don't know. Like I think they possibly might maybe they'll put Goku and Piccolo there, but Goku and Piccolo is such a random choice. I think I like what the community is saying is that the fact that this will be like the worldwide download celebration lead up, uh, EZA. Oh, I just remembered you don't have an EZA either, and you're just directly a part of the movie. This is there's a lot of characters right here that just line up to be Broly. I'm just now realizing like this guy's probably gonna get his EZA too. He's gonna be good too because he's a support, and then I don't know if they're gonna give us a movie bosses category enemy actually now I think about it because I was just breaking down actually who could what type of events would come up, and I think that for as a pre-magnificent battle it's very likely gonna be a movie heroes theme movie supreme significant battle. So if we go ahead and break this and go back to I think it's either 101 or 102. So the ultimate like red zone dismal future, this will be replaced with the supreme magnificent battle movie heroes theme, and that will go through like every character, possibly either up to movie 8 and movie 10, with movie 10 being the Super Saiyan Gohan and Goten that Easy 8 a long time ago, and that would be their final character, and that way you'd be probably like some sort of countdown super, like like throwing options there. But I think that's what's going to be for our hard difficulty fight. There's not going to be a legendary extreme challenge campaign since we had one during the Golden Week. So that way I don't think it. I think next year we'll probably get the TN Tachi EZA, and then like I think we're probably gonna get going back to those guys right here. They'll probably get equips, or either that or Vidal's gonna get equips. Similar, like it's following the concept that we have right now with Legends, because Legends just right now also got an LF Broly, and they seem to link up every single time when it comes to like what download celebration characters are generally appearing and what they show up as. Because what was it last year? Legendary Festival was what was it? Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, and then they lined up with that with Legends Fest. And now this year they're celebrating, I think, Broly now. Of course, Broly's now going to be the celebration for thing. So there's like little patterns like that, and of course it's not going to be as steady. Getting back onto the main topic, we're going to get a new virtual clash. It's obviously going to be have Broly or either the new Goku as his last fight. We're going to get the story revamps. We're going to get a new version of this. My assumption is that we're going to have it so it's going to be versus each phase. Uh, what else? Is there anything else right here? We're gonna obviously get the short and reduced time. We're gonna get the user co-op campaign, which is probably gonna include both JP and global. Although, funny enough, since we're on the same schedule, I think we're likely gonna get those old events where basically we have to do global versus Japan, which will be fun to do as well because then that way we'll be competing with each other. We'll get the tickets for basically the what was it? This ultimate supreme selection for like any Dokkan Fest character you wanted, alongside being able to summon on the banner for it, as long as the campaign details later on, and of course like the awakening support. When it comes down to the other stuff, you know, we're gonna get our own version of this 50 special summons, which is gonna be exclusive to like probably summoning for like all the old feature characters. So nothing really new special. We'll get a burst mode probably for like the old Broly event since that hasn't been lined up yet. And we're probably gonna get some sort of like Legend Carnival banner versus Dokkan Fest, which I'm still not sure if that's gonna be Broly's gonna be a Dokkan Fest for this case or is it gonna be Gohan and Goten. Either way, Broly is probably gonna be one Dokkan Fest of like either one or two of that year of this semester, of not this semester. What am I talking about? This celebration. And like I said, like new stream stages Extreme Z area for this one. Since Trunks evolved in this case, we're probably gonna get like a new character. Like what if we got an SSR like Paragus? That way it can help with like it's a free to play option for like the movie bosses since movie bosses is gonna be like a big theme of this. And then I assume this case is gonna be for these guys for our new stage, which will happen in I think the second or third celebration. Maybe a new stage for support memory. It's gonna be probably the I think there's a Broly one, like a Broly movie one. Either that one or the second coming. It's one of these two that are probably gonna be easy. It's gonna be the, I think it's gonna be the Krillin one. Now I think about it. So if we go ahead and open this up, there's one for Krillin in this case where he flies out out of nowhere and actually comes to help. So in this case, where is that? Krillin's Astonishment, Wolverine Tactics, Goku's Compassion. Yeah, right here. So this one right here, I think this is going to be likely the support memory that's probably going to EZA during the time of Broly celebration, where this one is going to take place with Gohan. It's probably going to give us like a better boost, and then I'm guessing one of the Dokkan Fest characters could be a Saviors category. Although that lines up well with who just EZA'd right now recently, because I'm pretty sure the Int Piccolo and Goku is actually on Savior, so that's actually going to line up really well together at one point. So it could actually be like a Savior's leader skill or anything like that. I don't know. You're gonna have to quote me on that when it comes down to later in the event. And if you're still listening to this right now, make sure to go ahead and give a like. Comment what you guys think of, like what your opinions are, and have a discussion. These videos are mainly just to get the group talking, mainly get the community to discuss like all the cool and fun concepts and when it comes to this celebration. Let me know that, and if you just enjoy like what I'm talking about, give a subscription right now. I'm trying to make it so that I get to partnership by the end of this year, and hopefully I can be a partnered YouTube channel. That's all I wanted to do for now. Anyways, moving back onto this, I think they're very likely going to get the second campaign. The Z Awakening support is going to be there, obviously, and I think that's all mostly the wrap up when it comes down to like all the characters being able to come. I do think also probably going to be a Dokkan now for like this. I assume like the part 2 or part 3 in this case. But I think that's all when it comes down to events and everything. So that's gonna be all when it comes down to EZA. So to give like a heightened short bullet list of like at the end right now, I think that for our free to play EZAs, let me go ahead and just actually pull these up right now. Why am I doing this? All right, collecting it for. So I think obviously breaking it down, these two will EZA alongside Videl. I think that the Saviors characters, these guys will EZA. I think that these two have the possible opportunity to EZA in the second celebration because these two are tied into Bio Broly. Then I also think this guy will sub EZA because we always have characters who usually generally sub EZA for like the smaller events. And I also think then for like the major celebration, the first part of the game will be Super EZA for Legend Series Super Saiyan Broly. This guy would also get his EZA as well. This guy would get his EZA in the second celebration alongside that Trunks and Goten. That's what my thoughts are. My hope for the banner is going to be either Super Saiyan Goku as the Carnival, the first movie, either I think probably gonna be the first movie Broly, who's then gonna be in base form as the Dokkan Fest, and then because we don't have a base form, good Broly, then it's gonna be part two is either gonna be Bio Broly versus Super Saiyan Goku, Goten, Trunks, and Krillin, or it's gonna be a new revamped version of Gohan and Goten and Goku versus Second Coming Broly, who I assume is gonna be either in base as well or gonna be in a semi-transformed state. Like it's gonna be some case where he's gonna be like a character. My assumption is gonna be that we're gonna get a new Paragus as like a side banner character, and I assume that the EZAs are gonna be great, and that they're gonna be all available on Broly's team right now because they're all gonna be under transformation boost and full power. The only character who wouldn't be is a Bio Broly, which I don't know why Bio Broly isn't on this character. He should be realistically on that banner because anyway, like on the day, he's still like technically legendary power underneath all that like slime he's in. I don't know why he does that. But anyways, I think that's all when it comes down to like my thoughts, how would I would break down the Broly celebration versus like the Dragon Ball Saga celebration. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm pretty much gonna wrap up the video right here. If you want to keep up with me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me at Razor right here. And I'm probably gonna be streaming by the time this goes up and be live right now. So if you want to do, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. It's probably in the description right now. You just gotta put that inside of Twitch, and you'll be able to find me. I'll be being alive right now. I'll probably go ahead and discuss like whatever video you guys want to do about the hints and everything. I'll probably break down like my thoughts on it. Anyway, guys, that's all for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and stay classy and stay looking good. Keep drinking your water and keep relaxing. Keep enjoying yourself. All right, take care.